I always start like that. I saw this guy, Tomlinson Holman, present once. He invented Dolby THX sound, and he started like that. And I just thought all presentations must start like that from now on. I have to admit, I've been typically literal and stupid. I've just made a list of all the things that inspire me. So they're there. There's about 600. You can watch that if you want. I will talk as well. But you can just watch that. Or then here's a bunch of quotes that are always useful if you're a planner. So you can watch those as well. And then I will just talk over the top. This is Piers Plowright. Does anyone know who he is? Piers Plowright? He's a Radio 4 producer or a BBC producer for ages. And again, I saw him present once. And he just came on and just started telling a story. I can't remember what it was about a boy on a beach or something. I can't remember. But it's brilliant. He didn't do any of that. Thank you very much for having me. You know, it's great to be here. The exits are here and here. He just came on and started talking. It was brilliant. So he's always been an inspiration. Again, when I say inspiration, a lot of the time here, I just mean stuff I've stolen. This is like things I've copied from people. Anyone know who this is? I will give many points if anyone can guess who this. Anyone knows who this is? No? How about if I tell you that is Robert Gaskin? Does that mean anything to anyone? Anyone? Oh, people. He invented PowerPoint. Robert Gaskin invented PowerPoint. He is my hero. He is, I owe my entire career to the fact that I found out how to paste images into PowerPoint way earlier than anyone else, basically. For years, I would do presentations for clients, and they'd go, yeah, it's fine, strategy's fine. How do you get the images in the PowerPoint? And I have to say, I love PowerPoint, our Keynote as this is, as a tool. I think it's brilliant. That is the best way to write your PowerPoint, I'll tell you now. That's blank playing card. You can get 1,000 of them off Amazon for 10 quid. Very good technique. Anyone know who this is? You won't know. This is Tim Page, who is a music critic, and I heard an interview with him on the radio once. We lost the sound on here. There should be some sound, just in the background, quietly. He's a music critic, and I heard this interview with him on the radio. And he took his son because they thought he might be kind of on the Asperger's spectrum, and they took him to see someone. They said, yes, your son is on the spectrum, and so are you. And he kind of said this is a brilliant revelation to him, and it kind of explained all sorts of things in his life. It suddenly made sense and had a kind of label attached to them, and it was really useful for him.
And counting.
And he said another thing during the talk, or during the interview, which, I mean, I'm not pretending to be kind of Asperger's at all, but this just made so much sense to me. I suffer little stage fright when it comes to public speaking or appearances on radio or television, but I continue to find unstructured participation in small social gatherings agonizing. And I just thought, yes, that is me. You have diagnosed me perfectly there. And that basically, in a nutshell, is why I had to stop being an account person and become a planner. That's kind of what's led me to here now. You might stand more chance of knowing who that is. Anyone know who that is? That's Dorothy L. Sayers, who wrote the best golden age sort of detective fiction, her hero, Lord Peter Wimsey.
5 minutes and counting.
And the best book in that is Murder Must Advertise, which is set in an advertising agency in the 20s, I guess, 20s or 30s or something like that. And it's full of these gentlemanly kind of toffs, tossing off lines about, Habsburger's Baccy or whatever it might be. And that's what made me want to work in advertising. It was absolutely brilliant. This, anyone know who that is? That's Marjorie Allingham, another Golden Age detective fiction author. And she wrote the Campion stories. And they were sort of parodies in some ways of whimsy. But Campion had a business card which said this on: "Coups neatly executed, nothing sordid, vulgar, or plebeian." And you know that you know the thing, you've got phrases going around in your head all the time, and nothing sordid, vulgar, or plebeian is this phrase that just goes round in my head. Well, it's one of the key ways I decide how to do things. It's one of the key things. It's like Richard's sort of mantras at the beginning. It's like one of those key things you must always remember: nothing sordid, vulgar, or plebeian. And the other one that's always going around my head is this. Bang, zoom, let's go. Always good advice. If you can't think what to do, then bang, zoom, let's go. This, I guess, previous things were things that inspired me to be where I am. This is what I'm really interested in now. This is Alex de Champsoncino, who set up a company a few years ago importing Arduinos into the UK. He's a friend of mine, but fantastic woman. So inspiring because she does stuff, she makes stuff happen, she does interesting things with technology. And she's the person who encouraged me to sort of do experiments with technology and things like that and teach you that there's stuff beyond the internet. And she's really worth kind of looking into and talking to. Fantastic woman, really interesting. This thing's a bit like Rachel's. Most inspiring thing to me at the moment is about the potential for collaboration we have with technology. This is on the old Burger King next to our old office. And you have to read it for a little bit first, but then you realise it says this restaurant will remain closed until further notice. And you just go, there's a whole story there that's really interesting. And we apologise for the inconvenience it caused. Like, what was that inconvenience that it caused? That is weird and interesting. And what that is, that's collaboration between someone who doesn't have English as their first language and Microsoft Word. There's a really kind of interesting potential there for it's what got me excited about writing again, is that kind of thing that you can collaborate with machines now in a kind of really fascinating, kind of interesting way. And then this is Keep On. And you can just look at him. And this, to me, I think this is what brands are like. You know, they're all right. They're quite entertaining sometimes, but it's not that hard. They just dance. I think that's almost it. Did we hear a 1 minute? I think we might have done. Yeah, this will be exactly 10 minutes. I know this because I've spent all weekend making these, and as you can tell, didn't think really what to say, and didn't really think of an ending. But the big thing, that's been the most inspiring thing. That's it. Thank you.